ESG and directors' duties, what does it all mean? Hello, I'm Dominic Walker. Welcome to JMW's Inside Man YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Now, Rachel Aries is a paralegal within JMW's commercial litigation department. So, Rachel, we may have all heard those three letters, ESG. What does it mean?
Yeah, so ESG is a collective term for a business's impact on the environment and society. It measures how businesses integrate ESG practices into their business model. So, that's including environmental, social and governance practices into their business model.
And so Shell, I know, have been involved in a legal claim recently. What exactly has happened?
Yeah, so the claim has been brought by a charity, environmental charity called Client Earth, who are also specialist environmental lawyers. Now, what's happened is Client Earth actually have a shareholding in Shell, and they have issued a claim in the High Courts of England and Wales against the directors of Shell in their capacity as shareholders. Now, according to the charity, this is one of the first types of these kind of claims in the world, where they're seeking to hold directors responsible for their failure to not properly prepare their company for the net zero transition and in failing to manage climate change risks. The claim has received a lot of press coverage, which I think a lot of people are aware of. And I don't think that's just because, it's including a big company like Shell, but I think it's also to do with the fact that it is one of these types of claims that people haven't seen before, and it is something that's new, and it's really showing that ESG is kind of, it's beginning to impact us in many different aspects of life and covering different kind of areas and trends in litigation.
So what's been argued in court?
So, well, just to give a bit of context, all directors of UK companies have a statutory duty to the company to promote the company's success for the benefit of the members of the company as a whole. Now, what Client Earth's claim is brought against the directors of Shell for the breach of this duty. In their claim, they allege that Shell are failing to promote the financial success of the company in terms of shareholder value by failing to properly prepare for the net zero transition. So, for example, assets that are associated with heavy carbon emissions, such as oil rigs, Client Earth are basically saying, well, they are likely to lose value in the future and also relevance. Client Earth have argued that a global transition to low carbon energy is inevitable, and companies that are failing to take steps to align their business strategies with, the Paris Agreement, which is all about it's a treaty tackling climate change, and other worldwide climate change plans are inevitable. They're just going to fail. And what companies now need to be looking at, and what Client Earth are saying that Shell's directors need to be looking at, are ways that they can adapt to maintain that value and relevance in years to come.
And it all sounds very complicated, the Paris Agreement and so forth. What does it mean then for ESG going forward?
So, this claim really, it raises very interesting issues on how the scope of directors' duties and how they're going to have to adapt to, in the context of combating climate change and integrating ESG practices. Now, obviously, this claim is actually still with the High Court, and they are going to decide whether or not to allow this claim. Now, regardless of whether they decide to allow this claim, the publicity of the claim really demonstrates that shareholders are starting to look at, what types of company they're investing in, and also will hopefully encourage directors to kind of think, right, well, we need to start thinking about how we are going to combat climate change and realize the significance of ESG litigation and it is the future and it's what to come. and how they're going to adapt to that.
And how can you and the commercial litigation team here at JMW Solicitors help directors who are concerned about this?
So if you or your business have any questions in relation to ESG litigation or how they can adapt their business model to integrate ESG practices, then please do not hesitate to contact us and get in touch.
Rachel, thank you for your insight. If you'd like to contact Rachel and the commercial litigation team here at JMW Solicitors, you can email insideman@jmw.co.uk or call 0161 82 81 999. Please also subscribe to the JMW Inside Man YouTube channel for the latest legal news, hints and tips. I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man.